Like it's different strokes for different folks. But
You said a quote actually that remember you were telling me the other day how like some famous composer or something
oh,
said.
the composer for Hyperlife Drifter.
Yeah, talk about that.
So I have it like I saw the tweet and like I liked it and I was like, oh my god, this is the perfect quote.
Sure.
So he's like, it seems like this field is oversaturated, but not many people commit to this job. Like, not many people put in the work for this job. And you'll find out if you stick with it, it's a lot more empty than you think. And I was going to kind of lead off of that. Like, should you go to school for the music and stuff? And I think it was worth it completely.
I agree.
And not only just because you have access and knowledge to your field, basically, and you get to learn new things, is the friends you make and the connections you make that really are important. Like, we met in college.
Exactly. Like we wouldn't be doing this if
We
it wasn't
wouldn't
for
be doing
college.
this, right? And like, we've been working on projects. We have other friends we've been working on projects with. It's like, it's not just, oh, you have friends who also do the same thing as you. It's like, no, you have potential partners.
Yeah.
Potential collaborators.
If one of my boys thrives, we all thrive in.
Right, exactly.
That's the type of thing I look at it. Like if I start like popping in like any type of form or fashion, if I have like this really good audio job and there's a position open, I'm putting one of my boys on. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
immediately, you know what I mean? And the same thing vice versa with projects that we're working on and things like that. Like we're working on stuff together besides this, you know, musically. And same thing I'm doing with other colleagues, and you're doing other things like with directors and different things. You know, you meet these people that'll end up becoming they're your friends, but they're also your colleagues because they're in the same generation and field that you're in.
I mean, even teachers too. Like, you grow this connection with them, and like, you will be like, if you keep that connection going, like sometimes they'd be like, oh, hey, I got this thing you might be interested in.
Yeah, like it's a time to show yourself.
Right.
Like the show what you can do. And like not to, you know, I think sometimes like we went to Western Connecticut State University. You know what I mean? To some people you're going to be like, "Oh, you just went to a state school." Really? But our teachers were really like, you know,
they cared about their craft.
that, and they were also successful in their fields. Like many of them were Grammy winners, Emmy winners for their music and things like that. They know people in the industry, they're in the industry, you know what I mean? They have plugs and everything in the industry.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's also a big thing with people who want to enter this field. Lower your expectations, right? Like, if your measure of success is you're world famous, you're on stages, you're touring, you're doing all this stuff, you're going to fail. You're going to absolutely fail, because that's not the music field.
No.
It's the celebrity field.
Yeah. It's like that's like a 1 in a million chance.
Right.
And if that's your goal, I mean, hey, I can't tell you not to have that goal. You know what I mean? I just think you also need to have a little bit of realism in there, saying like it's nice to have goals, you know what I mean,
Right.
but also be realistic. Like this is my goal is to be a professional and you know, popular singer, you know, recording artist,
Right.
you know, and I'm gonna work every day towards that goal. You know what I mean? And that's a nice dream. That's a nice goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure like a lot of musicians want to tour and do things like that and have their albums sell, and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think like keeping it like doing like, you know, like performance gigs and
Right.
freelance positions for audio majors and things like that. You know what I mean?
Well, even then, like you can be a singer, songwriter, producer person and be successful. Like, it doesn't have to be the scale of like a pop star.
Yeah, my goals were like because I dropped an EP and I'm working on new songs now too.
Right.
I want to talk about a certain situation that I'm in a second.
Okay.
But my goal is never to become the next Justin Bieber or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look more towards like a John Bellion, where he's writing a lot of songs for famous artists and they're having #1 hits.
Right.
He has like over 1 billion streams on Spotify. But if you go to the random Joe across the street and you're like, "Hey, do you know John Bellion?" They're probably gonna say no.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's different levels. Like you can do this and be popular, or not even be popular, but be successful rather.
Yeah.
And not have to be, you know, a celebrity or instantly, you know,
Right.
instant phenomenon or anything like that.
And even then, like, we got audio and music degrees, right?
Yeah,
Audio and music production is the exact name.
correct.
And why I would say that has so much more worth than a BA in music
Well,
is like, because if you just do a generic whatever, like, who cares? Like, okay, you like music, I guess, right? But like audio and music production, or if you're doing like performance or education, like, you have a specific degree that opens up a lot of different jobs for you.
well, yeah, because music's very broad, and like we said, it's oversaturated. But if you select like a specific niche of it, you
Right.
kind of build like you make it smaller for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with our audio degrees, if we wanted to, other than being producers, we can go into like engineering stuff. We can go into like making music not for ourselves, but like for other people or for companies, or we can handle live sound. Like, there's so many different pathways that people aren't really aware of.
Yeah, they're not privy to.
Yeah, because it's not like flashy.
Yeah, it's not flashy. It's not. It's the people behind the scenes. You go to a concert, you see some dude on a computer, and he's looking at the mixer board.
Right.
And that's us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They make the concert. They're important. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you don't have to be the person on stage where the people go, "Oh my god," you know, too.
We love you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's not necessarily gonna be for everyone. It's not
No.
for me. I don't really want that.
I'm not high enough to be on stage. I'm a skeleton.
That'd be kind of cool, actually, to have a skeleton on stage. I think that'd be something that people haven't seen before.
Grim Reaper pop star.
Seriously.
There's already a Grim Reaper pop star. What am I saying?
I know. It's true.